I was off work when we did it.
Let me explain this to you, Scott. This is serious business. We're talking about somebody's death. We're talking about a murder here. Okay? And this is probably the third time I've given you this speech. We got to be precise. Okay? And when I ask you, I'm asking you every single time, are you sure? And I'm getting that assurance from you, but then I'm coming back and we're not sure. So this is probably like the fourth or fifth change that we've gone back to. You realize, I mean, work with me here. I want to try and get the truth. I want to get to the heart of the matter, and I'm hoping you're wanting to cooperate with me.
I am.
So all of these are mistakes. Is that what you're telling me?
Like I said, I was off work for that week. You know, I was off. I mean, it's not like I'm remembering exact days. I know when we did it. You know, and what we did,
well, I gave you a pretty good frame of reference as far as when you got rid of the dresser. It was only 4 days ago. This isn't like it's, you know, months ago. And there was a pretty traumatic thing that happened. I mean, you found out that, I mean, this would have been the same day you found out that she was dead, that I came over and knocked on your door.
I was still off work when we moved the dresser. I know for a fact I was still off work.
Well, I mean, the day I came over to see you, you told me you worked that day. Did you work that Thursday?
That was the first day I went back to work, was Thursday.
And the very next day when you're moving all this stuff, you said that's the day that you did it after work. Now, at first you told me it was during the day, and then you changed it to no, it was after work. I asked you, are you very sure? And I gave you an excellent frame of reference because I came and saw you about a murder. That, to me, would be a beacon in the sky. This, you know, something you should remember for a while. Homicide investigator comes to my house, knocking on my door, wanting to talk to me about my murdered friend. I would think, I mean, it would be reasonable to me, and I think most people would say, hey, this is something I'm going to damn remember, okay? And it was only 4 days ago, okay? So, you know, I gave you a good frame. I gave you a time, and I said, hey, are you sure? And we've gone over this a couple of times now, and you were pretty sure.
I understand, but like I said,
you're killing me here on changing your story, dude.
You know, we've been doing some drugs. I mean, it's not like I'm remembering every single solitary detail, and if I say something that might have been a day off or a week off, or
do you feel like I'm trying to trap you and stuff?
No, not really. I mean,
I'm trying to be as upfront and open with you as I can. And,
I mean, you're asking me if I tell you I don't exactly remember.
Well, that's why I'm saying.
I mean,
but that's why I'm saying, are you sure? And we're getting these reminders, and that's what you're telling me. I am sure.
And I mean, I really don't remember the exact days, but I mean, if I tell you that, you're still going to be like, well. You know, that's the beacon. It's a good reference. It's only been a week or two, you know, week and a half. You ought to remember.
Right. Sure. I mean, I think a normal person can remember, especially with giving a frame of reference. And you said, hey, look, I was off, but this is back to work time. This is when you know. And there's a big difference between Monday when you're off and doing all this moving and Friday when you work all day and then you started afterwards. And that's where the confusion's hitting. Okay, so you're not getting confused about multiple days off. Hey, maybe if I had 4 days off in a row and something happened on the first or second day off and the third day off, maybe I could be confused. But you're going back to work. This is after a traumatic knowledge of finding out your friend's murdered. And a homicide investigator coming over to your house and taking, you know, I went over to your parents' house and talked to you originally, right? Mm-hmm. And you agreed to come with me over to your house, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had a long conversation. To me, that would be something sticking in my mind, a great frame of reference. The next day, you're telling me you go to work all day, and then when you get done, you move this furniture and stuff. So Tasha's correct when she says, hey, I got this dresser from him on that Monday, and mirror, and it was loaded up, and you sold this
DVD player,
black guy, the DVD player, now a TV, and some kind of stereo booster on that day. That's all that Monday. And you have a conversation with Cheryl, and she overhears it, and you remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. Her recollection of that conversation was an argument. You cussing that stupid. She thinks I owe her money. I don't owe her money. That's the gist of the conversation I'm getting from her.
I'm telling you, man. Tasha's must be talking to Larry. Or Larry went over there and talked to her, and that sounds like a setup, because that never happened. I mean, I did not over